Hi everyone! What if everything you have been taught about weight loss is actually keeping you fat? If you have insulin resistance, you can eat less every single day and your body will still refuse to burn fat. And today I am going to show you exactly why that happens. And stick around till the end because I will give you one bonus tip that you can use tonight that requires no gym, no money, no app, but that quietly does more for your fat loss than months of calorie counting ever will. So do watch this video till the end because you don't want to miss that one out. Let's get into it. So here is the first thing that you need to understand. Your body is not a calculator. It's a chemistry lab. See, when you eat anything, and I mean anything, your body releases a hormone called insulin. Insulin's job is to take the energy from your food and deliver it to your cells. It's basically the delivery guy. Now, in a healthy person, insulin does its job and leaves. Levels drop. The body gets the signal, okay, we are fed, we are good. Now let's burn some of those fat stores. But in someone with insulin resistance, the delivery guy never leaves. Insulin stays chronically elevated, sometimes all day, all night. And here is the brutal part. Insulin is a storage hormone. And when insulin is high, your body is biologically, chemically, hormonally wired to store energy as fat. It literally cannot access the fat already stored in your body. It's like trying to withdraw money from an ATM that's permanently locked in deposit only mode. So even if you are eating less but your insulin remains high throughout the day, then you need to shift your focus from calorie counting to your insulin levels. Now let me give you the actual mechanism because once you understand why something works, you can never unsee it. There is a process in your body called lipolysis. Basically, it's the process by which your body breaks down stored fat and converts it into usable energy. This is what you want happening when you are trying to lose weight. Now, here is the problem. High insulin directly inhibits lipolysis. Full stop. It's not a debate. This is well established in clinical nutrition. As long as insulin is elevated, the gate to your fat stores is physically closed. The key just does not work. But wait, it gets even worse. When you cut calories without addressing insulin, something sneaky happens. Your body notices the deficit. It notices that you are eating less. And instead of going, great, let's burn fat, it goes into survival mode. It starts down-regulating your metabolism. And as a result, your thyroid slows down, your energy expenditure drops, and your body becomes more efficient, meaning it burns fewer calories just to keep you alive. This is why people in long-term calorie restriction often feel cold, tired, brain fogged, and frustrated. You are eating less, your body is burning less, the fat stays, and you feel terrible doing it. This is not a discipline problem. This is a hormonal problem, and you cannot out-discipline your hormones, right? So, if counting calories is the wrong lever, then what's the right one? Well, it's simple. Stop asking how much am I eating and start asking how does my body respond to what I am eating. Two things that you can start doing literally from your next meal. Number one is protein first. You know, protein has the lowest insulin response of any macronutrient. It keeps you full for longer, it does not spike your blood sugar, and it preserves your muscle mass while you lose fat. You can go for eggs, paneer, dal, Greek yogurt, and more such foods. So, in your next meal, make protein the anchor of every meal, not a side dish. Number two is fiber before carbs. Always. This one is almost a cheat code. See, When you eat fiber, vegetables, salad before your rice or roti, it creates a physical barrier in your gut that slows down glucose absorption. Your blood sugar rises slowly, insulin response is blunted, and so the spike never happens. Now, it's not about removing carbohydrates from your life. In fact, it's about changing the order in which you eat them. These two shifts alone, that is, more protein and fiber first, will start improving your insulin sensitivity within days, not weeks, days. But I want to give you something even more powerful, something that you can do tonight. If you take only one thing away from this video, then let it be this. It's called the 12-hour metabolic reset. And all you need to do is stop eating 3 hours before you go to sleep and then wait at least 12 hours before your first meal the next day. So let's say if you finish your dinner at 8 p.m., then don't eat again until 8 a.m. That's it. That's really it. Now here is what actually happens during those 12 hours. After your last meal, your body spends roughly 3 to 4 hours processing the food and bringing insulin down. And then for the first time all day, insulin drops to baseline. And the moment insulin drops to baseline, your body finally gets the signal it's been waiting for. The coast is clear. Start burning stored fat. Your body shifts into what's called a fat burning state, growth hormone rises, cellular repair kicks in, lipolysis, that fat breakdown process we talked about, finally activates. This is not a fad, it's a basic physiology that your body was designed to do. And it is the most science-backed way to start improving your insulin sensitivity starting tonight. So close your calorie app, eat your protein, eat your fiber first, and then just stop eating after 8 p.m. That's your homework. Now, if you're wondering, okay, I will fix my insulin, but how do I make sure that it never gets this bad again? Well, I just dropped a video on 10 simple daily habits that can protect you from insulin resistance before it even starts. Link is right here. Go watch that next and I will see you in that video. Until then, peace out.